Maybe the only affecting thing may be that it is midweek, where it is a working day here in Zimbabwe. So people might not be as many as we expect, but I'm still expecting a good crowd here at Ngoni Stadium. But I see this being a cup game. Anything can happen. It's dog eat dog. Remember, you can be eliminated without losing. That is if it go to the dreaded penalty shootout, because it might be ended draw after 90 minutes. And I'm not sure if the rules are like in the last year, where after 90 minutes straight to the penalty shootout.
Yes, they are.
So it's straight to the dreaded penalty shootout. And when it goes to the dreaded penalty shootout, Dynamos will always be favorites, considering their history. Even this Chibuku Super Cup, they've been good at penalty taking. We saw what Temptation Chungwa did against the Moors over the weekend when they were awarded that. I think that was a pressure penalty, considering the precarious position they were coming from. Yes, Yadah, they have not been losing for quite a long time in the league. But when it comes to cup games, the form book normally is thrown out through the window. Because it comes to whose day it is today, which dog has a better day on that day. So we are expecting a very good game this afternoon.
Yes, Dynamos winning the Chibuku Super Cup in 2023. They went to Baobab Stadium to play Ngezi Platinum Madamburo, and everybody was ruling them out. They did the impossible. They beat them 2-0 to win that cup. The following year, 12 months later, last year, Dynamos met Ngezi Platinum again. And this time it ended 1-1 after 90 minutes. It went into a penalty shootout, and Dynamos triumphed 4-2. So, what is this year going to be? I told you about something special. There's a guy that we nicknamed Mr. Chibuku. Do you remember him? 1, 2, 3. You've forgotten. His real name is William Manondo. We nicknamed him Mr. Chibuku because he used to do so well in this tournament, the Chibuku Super Cup. Every team that he was playing for won the Chibuku Super Cup. So I don't know whether it's a bad omen for Dimbare, because William Manondo has just signed for Yadah FC. So I'm going to put this question to you know who, because Mr. Chibuku, every team he turns out for goes on to win the Chibuku Super Cup, and you know who is right here.
It's an exciting one, you know. And of course, you know, it's each and every player has got his games, and I think he had mastered playing in the Chibuku. It's exciting. His luck is there. He scores, and we know him. He's capable of doing many things. William is an experienced striker, and he can score goals. He can play very well at a given time, despite injuries of late. After his transfer from Cape United to Simba Bora, he didn't play so much, but I think now he's here to revive his career. It's a good team at Yadah for him to just bring back the form and start working again and coming into shape. Of late, you know, what I would say for him, it's something which is very difficult today to prove in this playing against Dynamos. Of course, versus Dynamos is quite difficult in the cup games, but him understands these games. He has played against Dynamos at Cape United, so it can be an added advantage as well, his experience as well into this game. But you know, when you play against defending champions and the team which just won after so many weeks without a win in the League Cup and beating Moors as well, I think he is gonna be something which we will expect him. He can be on form, or he can be not in good shape, but he is a threat. I would say he's a threat into this game, and we no doubt about that. He's a good player, and of course he needs to continue. Like I said, each and every player has got their moments, so this can be his moment again to revive his career and bring up something. He can shock Dynamos. You can be surprised, but it's possible and it's normal. Yeah.
Now, just looking at the two lineups, the Dynamos lineup, I will tell you, if a Dynamos supporter, that Denver Mukamba, once again, he starts from the bench. The other two Ghanaians, the new players who arrived, that's Felix Kwaku Hammond and Isaka Mohammed, they are on the bench as well. The goalkeeper that they signed from Zambia, Salif Nyambe, is not even on the bench. The substitute goalkeeper is Tatenda Makoni. So the impressive Prince Tafire Muta is going to start. He was actually the man of the match against Moors when they won by 1-0. So I'm just wondering whether Dynamos can do something. Ginola, can Dynamos, Denver Mukamba is starting on the bench. That's a good move?
Yeah, I think it's a good move, and it's a wise move from the coaches, because remember, Denver, there is an issue of match fitness. We witnessed during the weekend when they played the Moors. When he was introduced, he had some instant impact there, here and there. Even the shot that was parried by Martin Mapisa, which resulted in that penalty. It was him, Denver Mkamba. But there's a time when you saw Kremp catching up with him, which showed that there's a bit of lack of match fitness for him. So he's starting him on the bench and him coming maybe as an impact sub. I think it's a good move from the technical crew of Dynamos. Yes.
Right, the adrenaline is pumping up, isn't it? And we want to just see how the teams arrived at Ngoni Stadium, and of course, Chief Justice Dinamo Dimbare in their sparkling bus and Yadah as well.
Yeah, that's the moment, you are going to work and, as a player, and the arrival, it also boosts, and the players, they are mentally fit and really ready for the match. So I think it's something we look at all other teams, and even Yadah, they are all motivated. You see the green surface here. It's quite good, and the stadium looks okay for me. And this afternoon, I think we're gonna have a better passing game, like always Yadah does. They always try to play from build up from the back, and it's a good one. I'm hoping it won't be much of a. One thing I don't want to watch is high balls. I want the team to construct, from the back. We see the formations and so forth and so forth. But I think Yadah has done that. Few teams in the league, they've tried to build from the back, and of course Dynamos of late they're trying to play and with a good exciting match. This afternoon is sunny, and I think it's good weather for football. We hope the better team will win this game.
Okay, let me just ask you your prediction.
Like Yadah arriving there.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah,
in that bus.
Yeah, in that bus, you see players. And okay, fine. I would say they are really motivated. Of course, they know already we are coming to work and putting everything, and of course playing against Dynamos, we are more motivated. Yeah.
Of course, Yadah, yes, as you see them arriving there at Ngoni Stadium, Timon Mvula makes a welcome return in between the goalposts, and of course, Evans Rusike is the captain there for Yadah, and so much, Ginola, will be expected of Evans Rusike.
Yeah, Evans Rusike, been a former warrior and an international playing for Maritzburg in South Africa, down there in South Africa, and I'm sure for SuperSport as well. He made some cameo appearances there. Much is expected from him, from his experience, and if William Manondo is to be introduced, there will be two experienced attackers there, and also Evans, I'm sure this is the time for him to make amends to performance of his past games. He has not been really playing to his best. Goals have been lacking to him. So I think this is a perfect opportunity for him maybe to make the headlines by maybe grabbing a winner and make Yadah proceed to the next round. But it's going to be a very, very difficult afternoon to them, considering the outstanding performances of Prince Tafire Muta. We have seen that he's a very, very good goalkeeper. That is why we are questioning the Dynamos. Why,
as we just, Ginola, just look at how they seem pumped up.
Exactly, we can see there. So I was questioning why Dynamos went on to sign another goalkeeper. Yet they've got two very good goalkeepers. As you can see, those are the ball boys there. And Dynamos now arriving. That's how they arrived at Ngoni Stadium here.
In that sparkling Dimbare bus. And I can tell you, just for you watching out there, that Dynamos board chairman, Magitare Bernard Mario Lusengo, is here to watch this game.
Yeah, he's here. I've also saw the number one supporter, Chris Romario Msekiwa, is also in the stands there. So that shows their actual intent for the Dynamos faithfuls and from their loyal fans and even their executive when they are here supporting the team. Maybe it might work out, especially considering that win they posted against Moors, which was a very, very crucial win. And I'm sure it will psych them up to have a better performance. What we want here as analysts is to have a good game, like what Chief Justice was saying. We don't want those high balls being pumped here and there. Just want to see the flow of football. We want to see the formation, how they are drilled, their performances, even how some coaches or even the international teams might lure some players who might need to be taken maybe for future purpose. Even if the national team coach is here, I'm not sure if he's here, he might be interested in one or two players. Remember, we're also preparing for the AFCON qualifiers here in December. It's not far away. It's only about 3 months to AFCON, to Morocco. Yes.
Yes, as we see there, Dimbara, I'll tell you what. When Chief Justice Majavi arrived, we actually arrived together, and he was a few paces ahead of me, and he actually bumped into Dynamos board chairman Magitare Bernard Marriott Lusengo. Listen to what Bernard Marriott Lusengo said to Justice Majavi.
No, actually, he started laughing when he saw me, and he was telling me that, oh, okay, I know you've been worried about the team. Don't worry, I wasn't feeling well. Thank you for calling me more often and reminding me to sort out about the team. And I said, no, it's all right. And then he was saying he's back now. So today he had to attend the match. He wants to see the boys playing, and he also looking forward to survival.
Looking forward to survival. To survival in the Premiership, definitely, but for the defense of the Chibuku Super Cup, that's something else. Well, Chief Justice, did you tell me your forecast?
I haven't.
What's your forecast? So Batangos beds are here, chop.
I think 1-1 90 minutes.
And then penalty shootout.
Of course, if it goes to the penalty, Shinola said it,
You are in.
The odds favorites. we all know. Yeah.
All right, so you heard it from Chief Justice. 1-1 penalty shootout. Dynamos will triumph. Shinola, your forecast?
Both teams to score.
What does that mean? Score 10 times, 10-10, 20-20?
What I know is both teams will score, but whoever going to win is going to be the lucky one today. This is a cup game, Charles. It's very, very difficult to predict. Yeah, I'll say draw. It will go to penalties.
So both guys are saying penalties, and no, both guys are saying draw. Ginola doesn't give us the scoreline 2-2, 3-3 or whatever, but Chief Justice saying 1-1 penalty shootout. He also says penalty shootout. So what is it going to be? Is it going to be a penalty shootout? We'll just have to wait and find out. So who are the key men to watch, Chief Justice? Right. Okay. We talked to the gaffers, and this is what they had to say. First, we talked to the fixer, Maxo Takaindesa Jongwe, the head coach of Yadah FC. Take a listen.
It's very important, but not necessarily this game. It's very important in a sense that every game you come to play to win. So like another game, it's very important. But this one being an elimination game, the stakes become even higher. Hopefully we will not be eliminated.
So what is your strategy looking forward to?
No. You always play football. You attack, you defend. That's football.
Any changes in the squad?
Yeah. We've brought in Tanaka Chikumba in the midfield. That might be the only change from the team that started on Saturday.
Yeah, we don't have any pressure, but our main, we are new at the team, and our main objective is to survive relegation. So it's good for us. This game is good for us, so that we familiarize with the team. The guys are in high spirits because coming from a win, they are in high spirits, and I think we will boost them confidence going forward. The tactical change because Pio is not playing, and we will bring in Vusangwenya.
Right, you heard what the two gaffers had to say. First, it was the fixer, Maxwell Takaindesa Jongwe, and then it was the man we call Tomboy, Thomas Ruzive. He is the assistant coach at Dimbare right now. They're still waiting for the work permit papers of their newly signed head coach, KK Kelvin Kayindo. It hasn't happened yet. We believe that the immigration department is still processing. So Thomas Ruzive Tomboy is in charge. He was in charge when Dynamos accomplished Mission Impossible 1. Will he accomplish again this Mission Impossible Defend? No, it's not impossible. This one we've termed it Mission Defend Chibuku Super Cup. That is the mission now. So, Chief Justice, let me start. Now, I'm not going to ask you the key men to watch from Dimbare because you will tell me everybody. So, who are the key players to watch from Yadah?
You know, there's vast experience there. I've seen Nadolo is also in. He's a threat as well. So is Ivan Zarusike. Ginola mentioned about him. He's so much experience, with international experience in him. So I think he's also is going to be someone we can look at. And I'm saying, as you know, Yadah usually sometimes they play as a team, but those guys will drive the team because of their experience. And I think Evans and Nadolo will be key to their strategy.
Okay, and from Dimbare, who do you think will be key?
Yeah, obviously their captain, inspirational captain, Emmanuel Jalai, their goalkeeper, and also maybe Nyawa, who want to make amends for that red card he was shown over the weekend, knowing that the next matches, which is against the league against Kwekwe at the Bada Stadium, he will not be available. So this is the real time for him. He needs more of this, and they will come. So Nyawa, Jalai, and the goalkeeper, Tafere Mutsa.
You think there might be a moment later when the Dynamos fans, darling, you know who, will be introduced into the game?
Definitely when Denver comes in, we saw it over the weekend, and I'm sure, if I'm not wrong, I'm sure he went home with around about $200 or so from the fans.
Might have been more.
Yeah, it may have been more. So that's what I'm saying about. You could see that he had a lot of cash that was thrown to him, some $20 notes, some $1 notes, some zigs, and sort of, just because it's Denver. But that has not been happening all along. But because it's Denver, there he comes. That's for him.
What Ginola is talking about, if you are not aware, is that after the match finished against Moz, Denver Mukamba was thrown. They were throwing dollar notes and whatever. Angakabata juice, you know, Chibanzi, and he walked away. Ginola was saying maybe as we see there, Ginola.
Yeah, that's Denver. That's Denver.
Yeah, that's Denver Mukamba.
Yes, they're now working out. That's on the substitutes. We are waiting for the two teams now to win. It's almost time for kickoff here, and I'm sure, like we said, that we are being prepared for a very good match. And I'm happy. I've seen one of the best referees in the league. That's Israel Herrera. He's a very, very good referee. So I'm sure he will keep his performances up to scratch and make sure that the game is not affected by the officiating or any bad decision this afternoon.
Yeah, let's see how the referee handles this game here. Just to remind you, Ginola did not give us a scoreline. He just said both teams will score, but it will end in a draw, penalty shootout. And you know who said 1-1 penalty shootout and Dynamos to prevail. Legendary. So what we're going to do now, ready for the match, we are going to hand you over to the commentary box. Let's join Stanley Katsande and Joseph Ngani. We'll be talking to you at halftime.
Thank you, Charles, and welcome to Ngoni Stadium. This is the Chibuku Super Cup preliminary round. It's an eliminator whereby whoever loses today will go to the next round, and that means playing Simba Bora. It was a nice stadium in Shamba, and I would like to see who of these two teams will find their way into the proper first round. And the way that it was selected is that the last four teams on the log were made to play preliminary matches.
Yes, that's correct, Stanley, and good afternoon to you. Good afternoon to all our viewers. And we see the teams there lining up for the national anthem.
Ngatisimuke itese for the national anthem of Zimbabwe. 1-8 to Viso 8. Thank you.
Dynamos going across now to meet the counterparts. Yadah. Dynamos all blue. Yadah all red. The event is possibly conducted. The event officials today, led by Steve Mahachi, the teams in this Chibuku Super Cup preliminary encounter. Very good win because Dynamos managed to beat Yadah in the league earlier on this season. This is the government official said Mahachi obeyed them go and all do that. And Yadah. Timon Bula checks his place in goal for Yadah. Terence Bagranyanga, Terence Jaka Chakunda Vareta, Emmanuel Stauro, King Nadolo. This is the man to watch. Francis Mustafa, as well as Innocent Chaneka, some of the players to watch in the Yadah outfit. And then you have William Manondo on the bench. Dynamos meanwhile now kneeling across the goal line as usual. The captain leading them in prayer. The presents are still between the sticks, and they seem to have dropped up Pio. Telmo Pio has since been dropped because of injury. In comes Ross Dueña, this number 66. And among the players to be in duty. Just completing the formalities before we get underway here at Ngoni Stadium in Norton. That's about 48 kilometers outside the capital, Harare. Dynamos taking a bit of time now to complete their formalities. We go now once more. Everyone is prepared and doing all the get underway. King Nadolo, yes, number 70 is the man to watch. We kick off here at Ngoni Stadium. Dynamos playing from right to left. Touch. There's Batista. Cross will come, nobody home. Oh dear. Poor positioning by the Dynamos players. They all went into the box. Nobody took care of the blind side, but that was a golden opportunity there, John.
Yeah, I thought the cross was sent backwards. It was not a really center, but a cutback. Whereas Dynamos attackers had actually ventured more and ventured ahead of the ball. So, well, yeah, a chance goes a begging there for Dynamos. A wasted opportunity. They would have punished Yadah in that instance.
Definitely that could have been a goal for Dimbare, but Yadah were let off the hook. Now they can restart the formula. This one is played short in the middle of the park. Innocent of Chaneka. Slipped through, picked up once again as they played back to Chaneka. This is a long one, taken away by Dimbare, and he's hacked down the young Dynamos striker.
That was Leroy Mavunga.
Yadah continued to press forward with him, Chitauro. This one comes into the center, tussle for possession. The high boot, quite correctly called by the referee there, Nevera. Quatizo. Gwenya goes down, free kick, awarded to Dimbare. Tanakachi Kumba, the offending player, throw in. Or is it going to be a free kick? I think it's going to be a free kick. Plays it short. Onyawa. The return pass, a bit awkward and easily taken away by Yadah, but Dynamos once more regaining possession. It looks like these two teams are very generous today. They don't seem to keep possession that much. One pass and then the second, the ball is taken away. As you can see there, Mavunga couldn't pass it on to that pass.
Yeah, which is always some of the worrying things that we see in our local football, Stanley, where ball retention seems to be very low. And I wonder what excuse the teams will be having this afternoon, because for me this is a better pitch than they usually play at Rufaro Stadium. Ngoni Stadium pitch is basically a softer pitch, it's friendly, you can play your passing game. Of course, not the best of surfaces we have seen in the league, but it's certainly better than the Rufaro Stadium turf. So why players are not keeping up possession, I wonder. You know, is it to do with the quality? Maybe.
It could be. It could be to do with the quality of the players. As Nevera has blown his whistle to give Dynamos a free kick. Kumba once again in attendance. Kumba should be careful. He could incur the wrath of the referee. That's his coach, Tagainda Sajongwe. If you were watching it, well, earlier on, Kelvin Kaindu, the Zambian, is now sitting on the Dynamos bench. Looks like his papers were fixed, and this is a chance for Dimbare. Magwaza with the cross, easily taken away. Desperate clearance. Now it comes in the center. Chikumba, thwarted there by Jalai. That's Thomas Ruzile, the Dynamos assistant coach. There is Jalai. But then the ball, once again carelessly played into touch. Nadolo. But Chiunga picks it up now. Temptation. Slips it through, trying to find support from Kasondo. He has got the pace, but easily defended there by Terence Daka. Dimbare with Guatizo. Ball played on the far side, Mtasa. Wisdom. Back to Ross Ngwenya. Flicks it on the far side. Still in play. Quatizo's cross inside the area. Headed away emphatically. As Yadah continue to defend. Oh, what a nutmeg. And this one has gone out of play. And Thomas Ruziwe not expressing any emotion. Quatizo giving the strikers a taste of their own medicine.
Yeah, those are moments that the crowd will get excited about. But one will also want to question that if you nutmeg an opponent and you don't get possession behind them, then what was the purpose of the nutmeg if it's not progressive? It's always fun and fine if you nutmeg an opponent but still retain possession after the fact, after the act. Yeah. Good for the camera, yes, but not progressive as it were for your team.
Yes, indeed, as King Nadola again advances forward. Jimbare defending well. Ross Ngwenya takes it away from his marker. Quatizo blasts it off. A defender. And finally, Ngwenya will pick it up now. Finds Chiunga on the near side. Daka will take it away. Slips in the process. Regains possession. Now they going forward. Yadah. Well, they do have a few individuals that are quite good, but surprisingly, they are not coordinating their efforts. In the end, it's taken away by Tamon Mpula. The Yadah goalminder, Aaron Zangai, collects it well. And this one will go straight to Prince Tafiremutsa. It was nearly stopped. And it could have given us memories of what happened in 2005. Way back, before most of these players were born. Dynamos were fighting relegation. I think you remember that.
Yes,
They were in Masvingo at Mcheke Stadium. And the ball, it was during the rainy season. A back pass failed by Masvingo. It was held up by a puddle of water, and Elliot Matsika took full advantage to score a goal that saved Dynamos in that year, Joe.
Yeah, yes, and Dynamos survived relegation that season. You know, whether the football gods actually smiled at Dynamos. But today, there is also a similar situation where the Dynamos have, there's a section of the pitch which has collected a pool of water. And if you are very unfortunate and if your ball bounces on that surface, you know, it might lose the pace and the bounce. So it's something to look out for the players this afternoon.
Yes, indeed. There's.
Hope it won't be decisive.
Oh, yeah. Because if it does, it will be very controversial. Throwing quickly taken to Vareta. Another ball. Terence Magranyanga into the center. As Aaron Zangai plays it forward. Back again, Magranyanga plays it to the near side for Vareta. Turns away from his marker in Kasondo. Innocent Janeka. Nicely put down and blocked by the Dynamos defense. It did well on that occasion. Here comes a cross. Easily taken by the goalkeeper Tafiremutsa, who clips it forward. Now Kasondo in good territory. He's looking for support. Gets it from Avunga. Leroy slips it through, but to nobody. And Yadah can feast on it. Play forward now, they're coming through. Francis Mustafa. This could be dangerous. But Jalai was the first to arrive. Good skill there by the Dynamos captain. And Quatizo has been stopped by the referee because the assistant referee on the far side is flagged for offside. Now it's time for Magwaza to play the ball downfield. This is the Jimbare bench. On the far end there, the man in a cap, Kelvin Kaindu, the Zambian, now sits on the bench. Leroy Mavunga, that's a disappointing piece of football. He couldn't keep it in play, and yet it came straight at him. Now the big Daka with the throw. Jalai clears. Now it's picked up in the middle of the park. This is a good run, but Chikumba stopped by Jalai, who claims that my challenge was legal. It's good to see that the referee shaking players' hands. I think Jalai was right.
Challenge.
That was a clear, clean challenge
Yeah.
by Emmanuel Jalai. Maybe the referee said, look, I made a mistake, let's carry on.
Yeah.
That's why they shook hands. I remember the same thing happening when the national team was playing Liberia at Faro Stadium with Knowledge Msona. Yeah, just in front of the goalkeeper. Look at where he's stepping. It's a huge puddle. It's as if he's listening to us. Shot is taken but cleared away. Now they have to come back again. Zangai finding his goalkeeper Mvula. Long effort, way offside. And that will be a free kick. With Israel Nevera in the center, the match referee. There is the man, Bernard Marius. The man in charge of Dynamos, watching it intently. Zangai picks up possession. It comes in the center, Nadolo. Back to Zangai, who played back to Chitauro. Onto the far side. Here they come through now. Good run with Nadolo. And it goes over, no problems there for the goalkeeper Tafremutsa. Prince Tafremutsa now trying to spot the ball carefully. He's asking his players to be in the right positions. Mandive. Jalai past his marker. Turns away. As Yadah pick it up with Chaneka. Gwenya. Jalai stood on the ball and took his time to move it. He's robbed of it by Chikumba. And in the end, the ref will give a free kick for a foul on Usike. William Manondo, the well-known striker who played for Harare City, played for Cape United, and then now he's doing business for Yadah. He's one player who on his day can score goals for fun. Here they come, Yadah now with Nadolo. And Daka is way offside. Free kick once again. And I think this is something that Takaenda Sajongwe should impress on his players. I don't think they are watching the line at all, because they are being caught offside very easily.
Yes, I agree with you, Stanley. Some of the offside calls that we have seen against Yadah, you think it's schoolboy football or it's his premiership, because you actually see that someone is actually literally walked into a trap or walked into an offside zone without maybe paying attention to the lines. So it could be a worrying for Chakainsa Jumbo.
Yes, and that's a good stop once more by Michaneka, who plays it through, nobody home. Prince Tafremusa will collect it. He finds Magwaza. Here's Guatizo. Just brought down and a free kick. Dynamos restart. Tight marking by Chikumba. He's all over the place. Takaenda Sajongwe not happy with what he's seeing. That's why he's now bellowing instructions from the bench. We are into the 15th minute. Goalless here at Ngoni Stadium. It's the Chibuku Super Cup preliminary round. The winner will then play Simba Bora on Saturday. That's at Wazanai Stadium. Jalai winning a very important tackle there. Chance now for Dimbara! That one goes wide. My goodness, how did that happen?
Wisdom
Mutasa.
with an opportunity for a tap in on the near post. He had created his own space and time. A timely run onto the near post. Look at that. Leroy Mavunga sends in a cross. Mutasa, he had beaten his marker for pace and for position. Oh, unfortunately, yeah. A tap in gone wrong there.
Yeah, that I think he was surprised that to get possession in that position. Now Timon Vula to restart the formula. Ball headed away into the center. Gwenya. He loves to juggle with the ball. This is Batizo to Mtasa. Batizo was upended. Referee says play on. Leroy Mavunga looking for space. Tries to play a low ball. Not a very good idea. Easily stopped there. Chunga guiding it back to his goalkeeper as we confirm the scoreline and time here at Ngoni Stadium. This looks good for Dimbare, but Mavunga was too far. Ball played into touch. Thomas Ruzive, the man directing operations from the bench before Kevin Kaindu can take over. Poor play by Nyawa. This will be a goal kick. I mean, for an experienced player, surely Nyawa should have done a lot better there.
A lot better. I don't know why he rushed that pass. Dynamos were actually on the ascendancy. They were exchanging passes, and then he just flighted an aimless ball into Yadah zone. And of course, speaking of which, he received a red card this past Sunday. Maybe for the benefit of our viewers, that the red card in the Castle Premier Soccer League was not effected in this particular fixture. So that's why Shatek Nyawa is featuring for Dynamos, despite picking a second yellow card from the previous game.
Yes, and Kaindu now earning his wages at Dynamos, calling on the players so that he will pass on some more instructions. In the meantime, Timon Vula has gone down injured. He hasn't been heavily involved, but surprisingly, he's showing that he's injured. And God knows Gurure is warming up just in case. Takaindesa is doing the same. He's now redirecting operations to make sure everything is done properly. Nadola and company are there listening intently as the goalkeeper is being attended to. The Dynamos fans have come in their numbers here, singing in the stands. They're expecting a result similar to what they did last weekend, where they sang themselves hoarse.
And the irony of it, last weekend they beat Moors, who are the owners of this particular stadium, where they are coming in today to show off what they can do. So it's like they are flaunting their feathers to say, we beat you last weekend, today we are using your facility and we are going to win at your facility. That will be an interesting story if it pans out that way.
Indeed, it will be very interesting indeed. And it looks like the Norton crowd, the Norton residents, do have a special place in their hearts for Dimbare. And Moors being a team that wears blue, it's difficult to tell who is supporting who from a distance. That's Kelvin Kaindu, the man in a blue shirt, flanked there by Tekshua Chinyama and Thomas Aruzive. Tekshua Chinyama, a former Zimbabwe international, former Dynamos player as well. And at one stage, do you know that Tekshua Chinyama was considered better than Robert Lewandowski?
Yes,
when he was playing in Poland.
Yes, he did. He actually had a pleasant stint in Poland, and he did very well for himself as well for the Zimbabwean brand. Yeah, so Tekshua Chinyama is not your average soccer player, average striker as it were. He actually was compared with the mighty Lewandowski, who we so love and admire today. But Lewandowski, Tekshua Chinyama, same conversation.
Yes, indeed. Same conversation. It's just that Lewandowski was a bit younger. And there is, we see the goalkeeper, Timon Vula, going down. There was no sign of any contact with a Dimbare player or even his own player. Let's see how the injury will be handled. Chaneka. Stauro. Dimbare will take this one. Quatizo makes sure it's safe, just playing it away. He didn't want the risk of guiding it back to his goalkeeper. Throw in to Yadah. In a goalless situation here at Ngoni Stadium in Norton. 20 minutes played. 0-0 the scoreline in the Chibuku Super Cup preliminary round. Leroy Mavunga easily beaten there. Here's Daka. Yadah playing through. That was King Nadolo. Mchaneka. All the way back to the far side. Zangai. Into the box, and Prince Tafiremutsa takes it away. That was the first time that Yadah have threatened the Dynamos goal. And Jalai, for some reason, is taking his time before releasing the ball. Yadah, of course, is encouraged to come in and tackle for the ball.
Yeah, he took his eyes off the ball when he was looking for options ahead, so that he would make a decision on what kind of ball to play forward. But in the process, the other player pounced on him and then implemented the tackle.
That one played into touch once again by Nyawa Shadrach. And some of the fans here at Ngoni Stadium enjoying themselves in the VIP stand. Chitaoro gets it back from Mchaneka. This one headed forward, but again Dimbare will collect. Long searching ball downfield, trying to find Kasondo, who has been harassing Daka. Left, right and center. He's left lying on his tummy. Israel Nevera was watching quite correctly. Well, he got injured in, I think the big defender's arm was swung and it hit him, but of course he's the one who offended him first. Part of the appreciative crowd here at Ngoni Stadium. These teams are not from Norton, but the attendance, I must say, is quite commendable. Dear, oh dear. Chaneka, what on earth is he trying to do? But Daka now trying something better. And this will be a corner kick to Yadah. The Miracle Boys haven't done anything to show that they can bring some miracles to this match here this afternoon at Ngoni Stadium. Chaneka to take that corner kick. Here it comes. It's a good looking one. Headed away. What should be a throw in? It looked like a Dynamos player who headed this one. I'm sure the replay can help us if we can get it. Here's Guatizo. The Dynamos left back, who takes a long throw. Stauro. Now it comes back into the center. Mchaneka. Yadah knocking the ball around with Mustafa. Ball played through. Good run there. In the end, Yadah now with a chance. Tipped away. And it's a corner kick. That was a good effort indeed from the impressive Rusike. He tried to aim for the top corner. Let's take a look at it again. And Tafiremutsa did very well to keep this one out.
Yeah, he wanted to sneak it in on the top right corner. And of course, to his credit, Prince Tafiremutsa equal to the task. He well read the situation. Otherwise, he anticipated a cross and gone for this cross. It could have been a goal for Simbarusuke and Yadah. Yeah, good save, Pride Tafiremutsa.
Good save indeed as Daka prepares to dispatch the corner, but I think he's being stopped since the ref would like to do a bit of housekeeping in the box. Job is done. And the corner kick can be taken. Here's Terence Daka. Plays a good ball forward. Dynamos defend it well. Massive clearance there by Gwatizo. All the way to Timon Vula. Yes, Chaneka. This Zangai. The chance once again for Rusike. He couldn't keep the ball in play. And it goes out for a goal kick. Yes, coach is happy with the attitude of his players. They're at least managing to break the lines and force Dynamos to backpedal. Tafremutsa to clear. In a goalless situation, 25 minutes. We are now into the 26th, I must say. And out of play once more. Timbare now will play it backwards. Gwatizo trying a pirouette, fails, and in the end I think he has injured Zangai. Aaron Zangai. Yeah, in the end, Gwatizo stepping on Zangai. So free kick has been awarded. Zangai back on his feet. Plays it to the near side. And is guided back to the goalkeeper by Vareta. Takunda Vareta blocked there by Kasondo. He's a hard-working character, Kasondo.
Yes.
It would be interesting to see if he's paired with Agemang, because Agemang is of the same character. He presses a lot, but Kasondo for me looks more assured. He needs just better service, and then we can all be able to judge him correctly.
Yes, I also like his industry. He's one player who creates his own space and creates his own chances. So with better service, I think Kasondo is one player that Dynamos can do with in finding the goals that have so much eluded them in the past so far this season. So Kasondo, keep an eye on him.
Is the taken by Nadolo, who loses it to Mtasa. Ball played forward. Now Kasondo is fighting for it once again, but easily taken away by Vareta there. Throw in to Dynamos. Their captain to do the honors. Jalai gets past his man. Lays it wide to the far side to find Gwatizo. Dynamos try to come through with Mavunga. And the service not good enough for Kasondo. Lovely control by King Nadolo. It's not surprising he can play at the highest level, having played for Highlanders and Dynamos themselves. King Nadolo. Surprisingly, he hasn't been featured in the national team. But by my book, he's one of the players that I expect to be on every national team's coach.
Yeah, he's one player who is confident on the ball. He likes playing the ball to his feet. You know, that speaks of a player who's daring and confident in himself and believes he can do something on behalf of his team. Yeah. Watchable, he's a good player. Skillful, confident, and a ball player.
Vareta nearly creating problems for himself, but he rescued there by Chitauro. As Yadah restart the formula. Ball played on the near side here. Daka. Loose touch, but again it comes back to Daka. That chance could be gone. Chaneka. This time around, Rusike is involved, but the shot will come. What a save by the goalkeeper. Oh, that was a full-blooded effort from afar. Jalai has lost it. And the chance for Daka now as Yadah smelling blood here. Dynamos scramble it away with Gwatizo. That was a full-blooded effort by Yadah. Unfortunately, the goalkeeper was on guard.
Yeah, Prince Tafire Mutsa making his second save in probably 3-4 minutes of Yadah's onslaught. So Dynamos actually started well this game, and Yadah contained them, and now Yadah are on the press. And we hope something will come out of this. But otherwise, Prince Tafire Mutsa pulling another save on behalf of Dynamos there.
Yes, the Mutsa doing a good job, but Yadah are beginning to find their feet. The passes are now coming through. And Dynamos, for some reason, they seem to have slowed down. As Prince Tafire Mutsa continues to tease the Yadah strikers. And finally, he clears the ball. No support for Kasondo. Taken away by Chitauro. Chaneka. Yadah continue to knock the ball around. Chaneka loses possession. Ross Ngwenya to his captain, Jalai. Back to Ngwenya. Jalai once more. No progress as they continue to knock the ball among themselves. Not a very good pass there, and in the end, the referee intervenes. He must have spotted an infringement. As Yadah now play to Vareta. The return pass. This is Daka. Vareta now. Chitauro. Yadah beginning to find a lot of space in the middle of the park. Chaneka. As they continue to go forward, that was Dangai. And in the end, Nadolo could not get to it. He's taken away by the goalkeeper, who throws quickly to Wisdom Mutasa with 32 minutes gone. Because it's Achunga who was impeded, and this will be a free kick that Chunga takes quickly. Mandifei to Guatizo. Leroy Mavunga. The serve is not perfect. And this one is taken back to the goalkeeper, but to Timon Pula. Vareta will pick this one up. Clips it long. Nyawa. Why on earth was he trying to flick it over his head? Yeah, I mean, he's a seasoned player. He should know exactly what to do. Chaneka impeded there. The referee saying play on. Advantage Yadah. It's played back to the goalkeeper once again. Vareta. Yadah are simply content in keeping possession. But this could be dangerous, because some parts of the pitch are wet, and if your pass runs short, you could be in trouble. Here's Mustafa playing it forward. Are we going to see a cross? No, it's taken away. Chiunga now can find Leroy Mavunga, but too slow. And this one is a throw into Yadah, which they take quickly with Terence Maguranyanga into the center. Chikumba. Chiunga skips a challenge, goes down. Play on, says the referee. Daka continues to play. Chiunga poorly done again, and it comes to Wisdom Mutasa. Plays it through now. Kasondo, a chance to crack a shot at goal. The goalkeeper does well. It goes out for a corner. That was the first meaningful move for Timbare. And Kasondo had a look in at the goalkeeper for the first time. There is the opportunity. He aimed for the near post.
Yeah, it was a good ball that I was sending from Wisdom Mutasa. For me, I think that was decisive, in breaking down the other defense. So that ball was put into space, right zone, and Kasondo lashed on it. And then, of course, he took maybe a bit of time. I thought maybe his first attempt, his first sighted goal, if he had taken a shot at that stage, maybe even on the far post, something could have come out of it. But still, you can't falter him. It's a good move from Dynamos.
Yes, Dimbale have taken the corner. A bit too deep. Here comes the chance once again, but it bounces and out it goes. One player is down. From a distance, it looks like Mchaneka. We'll have a good look at it. Is it King Nadolo? Oh, he went down heavily. The goalkeeper there, Tafremutsa, saving that blistering effort. He did well on that occasion. And once again, the coaches taking advantage of the breaking play to drum some more instructions. And the other player, Rusike, listening to everything that the coach is saying. But look, you do have your own game plan. How are you going to change it? You see, your own coach wants you to be somewhere else in attack, and you are listening to the opponent.
and the question is, if you hear what they are saying, are you then going to transmit that message to your coach or to your teammates? What are you going to do with that piece of information if it's not learned as a collective? An interesting situation there, Dhaka. Eavesdropping on the Dynamos conversations.
Yeah, it's eavesdropping
But
is
maybe it's a
quite
mind
right
game.
to put it. Sorry?
Maybe it's just a mind game.
Yeah,
Say,
mind
I'm
games.
here, yeah,
Yes.
not really tactful or tactical.
And the ball played through once again. Taken down there by Mustafa. King Nadolo is fighting for it as well. Well, for a moment I thought he has won it, but the ref says no. It's a Dynamos ball now. Quatizo to take it. Jongwe now expressing emotions. He's not happy with what he's watching. Nadolo. Chunga. Chalai. Turning his marker inside out, clipping it on the near side here. It's too long. And Kasondo is called offside. Free kick to Yadah into the 38th minute. 0-0 the scoreline. Chikumba's effort finds no one. Looks like the referee will call it back. The whistle has gone and he's just going across to make sure the throw in is taken from the correct position. Yadah now trying to restart the formula. Chitauro's effort cleared away by Mandive. Magranyanga is taken shot to Chitauro. Clips it through into the center. Quatizo. It's Magwaza. Liro Mafunga was back there defending. The chance. Oh, Rusike heading it over. You can tell by their faces that they don't like what they are watching.
This must be Dimbare family.
Yeah, Dimbare family, I'm sure they're more concerned with the league. But they are the defending champions of this trophy. But they're having to play a preliminary round.
I think that's a question that has also been asked in Zimbabwe football streets to say, how will Dynamos approach this game? You are playing out of a relegation zone. Do you want to focus on the Chibuku Cup or you want to focus on your league aspirations, league survival aspirations? So, yeah, it's an interesting situation which Dynamos find themselves in.
Certainly very interesting indeed, and I hope these fans are finding the game interesting. But I must say it's being played at a pedestrian pace. The urgency could be a lot better as Nyawa is hauled to the ground there by Magranyanga. So this will be a free kick to Dynamos. Chunga and Kwatizo are behind it. Vula watching this one very carefully. Chunga takes it through. That's not a measured cross. Goes straight out.
Yeah.
Now it looks like one of our cameras has been knocked out, not knocked down.
Yes.
I just hope that there are no injuries there.
Yeah, we just hope even the camera person,
The camera person, the
equipment,
player,
yes,
and the equipment.
We just wish all is well from different fronts.
Well, these are some of the occupational hazards. If you're a camera person at the soccer match, King Nadolo, just trying to paint some pretty pictures. Jalai's clearance goes out of play for a throw in to Yadah. That's the incident. Oh dear.
Not intentional. Not intentional.
She didn't expect that at all.
It's accidental.
That looked like a good ball, but kept in play by Wisdom Tassa, who gives away possession. There clearly no purpose in the pass. Chiunga now can go forward. Nyawa has got possession. Plays it backwards to Leroy Mavunga, who loves operating from the far side. Comes infield back to Nyawa. Another crossfield pass here. Played in the space for Wisdom Mutasa, who heads it forward. Nobody home. Is it there? Oh, just wide. My goodness me. That was a golden opportunity for Dimbare to take the lead, but the Lady Luck was not watching. Leroy Mavunga. Mutasa did well on this occasion. The header into space. Mavunga came in. He must have had his eyes closed.
Yes, yeah, protecting his head and his
Exactly.
side. Yeah, but otherwise, a good opportunity by Dynamos there. Wisdom Tassa, a cheeky chip and a header, which then fed Leroy Mavunga, was coming in on the blind side, but unfortunately his header was directed off target. Otherwise, a good chance that we can, one of the few chances that we can talk about here from Dynamos. Unfortunately, there, Leroy Mavunga's header goes way off target.
Here they come once again. Yadah with Rusike. This one picked in the center. Chaneka. Looks one way. Plays it into the center. That was a good one by Mustafa. And again, an aimless ball played forward. Easily taken by the goalkeeper. Here is Jalai losing possession. Free kick to Dimbare. 2 minutes. 3 minutes of stoppage time, but look, my clock reached 43. Yeah.
Yeah, we're actually right.
2 minutes.
We were 2 minutes to
late.
the 45 minutes. Yes, you're quite right. Yeah, we were 2 minutes to the 45, and then of course the additional 3 minutes being shown there by the fourth official, Arnold Ngube. 3 minutes.
Here's Jalai. Rosngwenya is taken away there by Chitauro. Rusike fighting for it. Mandivei clears the danger for Dimbare. This one neatly brought down. It comes to Nyawa. Nearly upended there by Mustafa. With Mustafa claiming that he got the ball, he knew that his tackle was a bit late.
Yeah, I think even the intention, how would you want to win the ball if you go in flying, with your boot off the ground like that? It's not about winning the ball, it's more about the tackle.
Exactly.
Yes. So good call by the referee there, and no claim on the part of Mustafa.
Leg header, this one back with Yadah. We're now going forward. but it's played backwards. Daka. Chaneka. Here's Chitauro. Plays it into the center, heading it backwards. Kimbalo scramble it away. Chitauro plays it forward. The cross comes in, poorly done. And Magwaza desperately trying to avoid a corner, but fails. Corner kick to Yadah in a goalless draw here at Ngoni Stadium as we head into stoppage time. It's nearly half time. I think we must have played 1.5 of the 3 awarded. Daka once again with the set piece duty. He plays it high in the area. Oh, this one headed wide, but it was a good corner kick. But then unfortunately misdirected. This is one that should have forced the goalkeeper to earn his wages. But Chikumba headed it wide. Tafremunsa prepares to dispatch this one. And the referee has blown to end the first 45 minutes here at Ngoni Stadium. 0-0 is the scoreline. And I must admit that it's being played at a pedestrian pace. But what are your thoughts, Joseph, of the first 45?
Oh yes, I think Dynamos came in strongly in the first 5-10 minutes of the game. You know, they were more on the offensive. They tried to create something, but of course it was scrappy play. We actually bemoaned the fact that the two teams were not keeping possession, as it were. And then Yadah steadied themselves up and managed to contain the threats that Dynamos threw their way. Yadah then created their own chances. We saw Pride Tafremuta pulling 2 good saves on behalf of Dynamos. But nothing much that we can talk about in the first half. You know, lackadaisical performance, low-paced game, not much to talk about. Maybe Jairos Kasondo shot on the near post, a missed header by Leroy Mavunga, and 2 saves by Prince Tafremuta. That's what we can talk about.
Yeah, indeed. But yeah, I must say that they had a few occasions, like you quite rightly point out. They asked a few questions, and Tafremuta was on guard. But for Dynamos, they did break the defense, but their efforts on goal were always wide. Kasondo twice, and Leroy Mavunga, I think he had the best opportunity because the goalkeeper was out of office and he headed his shot wide.
Yes, yeah. Decision making in the decisive moments, in the prime target areas, that will be the biggest undoing for Dynamos. Maybe that explains why they've had not many goals even in the league campaign. The finishing part. Yeah, they do everything right, but when they are in the box, wrong decision making and nothing comes out of it.
Yeah, indeed, it's something that they must work on. Well, they do have a new coach now in Zambian Kelvin Kayindu. He played for Highlanders, coached Highlanders on a number of occasions, and possibly at halftime he will be able to say something right. Now it's time for us now to go to Charles Mabika for halftime analysis.
Halftime then here at Ngoni Stadium in Norton, 45 kilometers outside the capital. And I hope you are getting us loud and clear wherever you might be. And hey, remember to pay for that TV license, hey? Whether you're watching us in the comfort of your own home, in the comfort of the sports bars, in the comfort of the motor vehicles, it's 0-0 here. But Yadah FC having the more clear-cut chances. And once again, Prince Tafremuta, the outstanding player for Dynamo Dimbare, keeping them in the game here like he did against Moors. Arguably, yes, Tafremuta right now, arguably the best goalkeeper in the land with how he has been playing so well for Dimbare. William Tingwa Zinola and Chief Justice Majavi are still here with me. And Zinola, Prince Tafremuta again the beacon in the Dynamos defense.
Exactly, CNN. Those 2 outstanding saves by Tafremuta. The first one, which he parried out for a corner kick, he went airborne. That was from close range shot. And another long range effort that was taken away. It was swerving, he was going the wrong way, but he managed to use his reflexes to parry that ball out of danger. Otherwise, Yadah could be leading. As you can see, they have wasted quite a number of clear-cut chances. Dynamos had 1 or 2 chances, one to Wisdom Tasa and Abel Gwatizo. They also had some chances, especially the Wisdom Tasa one. He almost scored there. But
as we have just got the highlights there, Ginola, Yadah have been well, Dynamos did get those chances as well, but the highlights, we are getting them now.
Yeah, for Dynamos it was only 2. I think first it was Abel Gwatizo. He should have taken a first-time shot because the goalkeeper was somewhere off guard, but he delayed his effort and agonizingly it went wide and wasted opportunity. But then Yadah came out gun blazing and looking for the elusive opener to open the floodgates here at Ngoni Stadium, but they couldn't capitalize. But I was happy with Yadah, the way they are playing. You can see they are keeping their shape, especially defensive shape, using their central defensive midfielder there and spreading the balls to the far side left where Daka is overlapping from the left back position and there's at times whipping in some good crosses. Even Susigeti today, I think it's a much improved performance from the past games. He's using his height very well. Those area balls is winning them. But I'm very impressed by the number 15, the man, Coach Kumbo. He's very, very industrial. He's very good in midfield and he has been the architect of most moves by Yadah. So if they capitalize, especially in the final third, that's where they are lacking that final kill to punish Dynamos. But Tafire Mutsa has been outstanding. Even the way he's organizing his defense, the way he commands, that's top-class goalkeeping from Prince Tafire Mutsa.
Oh yes, Tafire Mutsa continuing to shine for Dinamo Dimbare. Remember, whoever wins today will set a date with Chinu Chedu Simba Bora on Saturday for the first round proper of the Chibuku Super Cup. And tomorrow, Triangle take on Kwekwe United. And whoever wins out of that one will set a date with Madame Burongezi Platinum 24 hours later on Sunday. Chief Justice Majavi is still here. Dynamos did get 2 chances in the first half, both by Wisdom Mutasa, but it didn't really work out. And we have to say it again, Chief Justice, Prince Tafire Mutsa has been outstanding for your team.
Yeah, you know, with the performance last week against Timos, it's carrying him up. We know him. He's been a good goalkeeper of late. Remember, the past 2 seasons he's been there. You can see there, that's what it was, square ball. I think there was no taker there. Wisdom was not there, but the second one from that's a Wisdom he missed.
Yeah, that's Mutasa, yeah.
Yeah, Wisdom he should have done very much better by placing to the far corner. And of course, we spoke about Tafire Mutsa. He's been outstanding. He's done so well, escaped Dynamos into the game, and Yadah has been bombarding them. And of course, 2 great saves. One from the far left and the other one a straight shot where it was swerving like Ginola mentioned before and he had to parry it back into the play. That shows he's a good goalkeeper. You can see also Yadah, they've got a very good shape all together going forward. The back line, the midfield, very impressive midfield. They are keeping the ball with Nadolo and the Rusike up front. You know, they're trying by all means get the plate to the feet and get it to the midfielders. Good combination play, I would say. Dynamos is being suffocated, especially struggling in the midfield where there is Nyawa and the Tomo. We don't know who's sending. We don't know who's. If they are playing double, there's always a vacuum because they are being outstretched, going outside, and they are leaving the gap, and that's too much for the defense here. And this is going to be a problem if they don't solve in those issues. Those are the areas where goals comes from.
The areas are like what Chief Justice is saying. They did meet, if you didn't know, they did meet Dynamos and Yadah at Mandava Stadium in the reverse league fixture. Dynamos won by 1-0. What can we expect in the second half now?
Yeah, from second half, I think Dynamos with the Kelvin Kaindu now on the bench. I'm sure, I think you have more information on that his papers were sorted out sometime this afternoon, and he is now allowed to sit on the bench. I think it's going to help each other with the Ruziwe so that they can neutralize Yadah the way they are bombarding that goal area for Dynamos. I'm sure they cannot afford to keep Yadah coming at them as they were doing in the first half, because if they relax and allow them to continue that way, they might be punished and bored of this cup, and it will be very, very embarrassing for defending champions to be eliminated at the preliminary stage. It's not even the first round yet, it's the preliminary stage. So I think it will be good for Dynamos to progress from this encounter, and they will be meeting a very tough game against the Simba Bora Chinichedu. But in the league, remember, at Rufaro Stadium, Dynamos managed to prevail by 1-0. Also, the reverse fixture at Wazanai, Dynamos.
As we see again, sorry, Ginola, as we see another Yadah attack, and yes, the Dynamos defense have been the busier, although they had some chances there. Just an update. Yes, Kelvin Kayundu getting his green light from the immigration department. We understand today, sometime in the afternoon, and that's why you saw him a little bit later on emerging there. So the former Highlanders coach, now the head at Dynamo Dimbare. And what do we look for ahead in the second half? Let me ask quickly Justice Majavi whether he thinks it's now time for that golden boy of the Dimbare fans.
Of course, we know him. Denver is a crowd puller, and of every touch he makes, the crowd is on their feet. So it will motivate the team. They're a little bit, they're not really quiet into this game, but Dynamos need someone who can make them tick, taking the ball, carrying the ball from midfield, going forward. That's what is really lacking, and also with some exciting movements. You need that, and Denver has got that ability. So maybe it's time to introduce him. He needs to introduce him a little bit earlier so that you can turn tables, because if Yadah scores first, it's going to be very difficult for Dynamos. You can see the text of the game. Yadah are very comfortable, and of course, if Denver comes in now, maybe play him, give him more of the ball. Let him run, let him get the ball, let him receive, let him do whatever he can do, and on a free roll. But this will push Dynamos maybe to create more chances. As you have seen, they are not really good with or whatever, and Kasondo is just getting the second ball. Sometimes he doesn't get the ball, he's bumped into and he falls down. He's not getting the clean balls. You need someone who can support him, get clean balls. So maybe with Denver, he gets time to control the ball and makes his run, of course, and play on into the channel.
So is this time now for Mundi Kumbuke? That's Denver Mukamba. If you didn't know what that means, that is Chewa dialect for remember me. So if he does pull Guy Dynamos to go into the first round proper, the Dynamos fans will forever remember him. And if he does save Dynamos from relegation, they will remember him more. So from a Yadah perspective, Ginola, what do you think the fixer Maxwell Takaindesa Jongwe can do in the second half?
I think what he needs to do is to make sure that his team maintains their shape like they were doing in the first half. You can see they were dominating in midfield, but they need to be more lethal in front of goal. That's their finishing is not clinical. It's not that very clinical. So they need to polish up their shooting.
And just butt in there, Ginola, there is a Dynamos there's a substitution there for Dimbare, but it's not Denver yet.
Yeah, it's not Denver yet. We are still to see who is going to come in for Dynamos in the first half. So it means they've noticed that they have been dominated in this game. So they need to rectify that as soon as possible. Like what Justice Majavi has just said, if Yadah scores first, it's going to be very, very difficult for them to come back here. And being a cup game, a team can defend for their lives, knowing that one goal is enough. There is no goal aggregate that will be used in this preliminary round. It's just winning, even if there was a half a goal, it would be enough for you to progress. Or even if it was boxing, if points were to be counted at the end of the day, that's what matters most. Progressing to the next round proper, which is the first round proper, and they'll be preparing to go to Wazanai on Saturday, which is another tough game, considering that Simba Bora being the defending champions in terms of the league. They also need a cup. They haven't won a cup yet, so they need something to appease their Shamba community. Remember, they're also in the title race again. So going for a league and cup double will be good for them.
Right, I can tell you that the Dynamo substitution, Temptation Chiwunga, remember, the one who scored against Moza has been taken off, and in comes Ramson Chingwara. So, if you're a Dynamo supporter, your golden boy not in yet. Let's cross back to DJ Stanley Katsande and Joseph Nkani for the second half commentary. We'll be talking to you at the end of the 90. Remember, if it's a draw, it's going to go straight into penalties. We'll be talking to you then.
Thank you, Charles, and welcome back to Ngoni Stadium. This is the second half, and it was 0-0 going into half-time. Let's see if these two teams will be able to break the deadlock. And as Charles said, he said that if we end up with a draw, we will go straight into penalties. It's a preliminary encounter for the Chibuku Super Cup, and the Dynamos, of course, are the holders, beating, Simba Bora last season. And if they win today, they are going to meet Simba Bora once again. It's a tall order indeed, because Simba Bora are playing so well, top of the log, and everything is going right for them. Dynamos will have to be at their brilliant best to get past the Shamba-based outfit. Israel Nevera ready to get us underway. Confirmation of the substitution. Temptation Chiwunga, just number 42, goes out, and in comes 14. That's Ranson Chingwara, who joins the fray in the middle of the park for Dimbare. There is Chingwara. I'm sure he's got some new instructions. New instructions as we get underway here at Ngoni Stadium. It was 0-0. And this one drops once. That's a massive clearance, and the goalkeeper has come off. He quickly finds his captain on the right-hand side of defense. That's Jalai, who clips it forward. Now Ross Ngwenya misses the ball completely. I don't know how he did that.
He took his eyes off the ball, I think, because that was a well-flighted ball. And of course, with the bird flying in his half, maybe some spiritual intervention there on behalf of Dynamos, or it was on behalf of Yadah, because they survived that attack.
Exactly.
For the superstitious lot, I think that bird will mean something.
I can tell you that they are all talking about it in the stands. Here's Daka now. Long effort, headed down, and once again it comes back to Chikumba. This is Nadolo. In contention with Jalai, he's brought down. Free kick. There is Israel Nevera. He's awarded that free kick to Yadah. As we take a second look at the incident. Jalai clipping the heels of the talented Yadah midfielder King Nadolo. Mabuku bread. Let's see how this one will be taken as we restart the second half here at Ngoni Stadium in Norton. Out of the picture, Dynamos are still warming up their substitutes. Here comes the kick. Again overcooked. No control in the shots, no control in the crosses for both sides. Something must be seriously addressed. Kwatizo playing it forward. This one has gone out of play. Throwing. Looks like Dimbare. No, the referee says it's a Yadah throw. And massive clearance there from the Dynamos defense. Leroy Mavunga looking for Kasondo, tightly monitored. Jalai has picked up possession. Chingwara pushes it forward. Turns away from his marker. Nearly beating his own captain. Dynamos restarting the formula. Chip Mandivei. being harassed by Ivan Rusike, so it's going to be a free kick. Dynamos take quickly. Ross Gwenya to Chingwara. Gwenya once more. Fails to produce a cross. Now Yadah coming through. This is a good looking move now with Nadol involved, but again Dynamos defend. Indecision by Ross Gwenya. Throw in to Yadah. Daka takes a shot. Zangai trying to be showy. Daka's throw taken away by Nyawa. Must admit today's match is an eyesore.
Yeah.
I mean, the number of times that teams are giving away possession needlessly is shocking.
It brings a number of questions, Stanley, to say what is our technical messaging, when we are training these boys. Because if you look at the number of touches either team is playing before they lose possession, it's shockingly low. Ball retention is very low. You would expect players to retain the ball, even if you may not be making so much progress. But in terms of ball retention, you're actually showing that you are in command, you're in control of the game. But don't just rush play, make decisions that actually help the team go forward. From this kind of play, you wonder if these teams are playing with purpose, or these teams are just saying, okay, let's fulfill the fixture, maybe let's play out this game in the penalty kicks if it goes 90 minutes as it is. But ball retention certainly a cause for concern still.
Yeah, indeed, cause for concern. Because you cannot count 3 passes, from one team. It's just one pass and the next one, it's anywhere it goes.
Then another thing that we've also noticed is maybe the technique players use in some instances, where you may expect a lace to be used, maybe a side step, an instep of your boot, a player will use a lace and then the ball will just go fly aimlessly. And you wonder, what are we saying from a technical perspective? Some players maybe at this league will still be questioned their technical abilities.
Yes, indeed, and this one is being scrambled away by Gwatidzo of Dynamos. Throw in to Yadah. Kelvin Kayendo is jolted off his seat. I'm sure he is also disappointed with what he's watching. Chingwara. Here's Gwatidzo. Clips it forward. That's for Yadah. And still Kayindu following those instructions. Maguranyanga preparing to dispatch a free kick. In a good looking position. He plays it low, but well read by Gwatidzo. This one out of play once again. I don't know how many times we're going to be saying this. This is another effort. Leroy Mavunga going back. Even Yadah themselves, you begin to wonder, what was he trying to do there?
I think tried to force a corner out of the boys. That shot, that definitely was not a shot at goal. I think just wanted to brush the ball past a Dynamos defender so that he ends his teammate a corner kick, which of course didn't come out.
Here's Magwaza now to Gwatidzo. Gwatidzo beats his marker. Plays it through. This looks a bit better, but Leroy Mavunga is struggling to control it. Should win a throw in on the near side.
And if it stays like this, we are going straight into penalty kicks, Stanley. Yeah, and I don't know whether we'll get a blitz of the last 10 minutes of the game when the two teams are looking for a killer goal to avoid penalty kicks, I don't know. But at this pace, we might as well brace ourselves for 90 minutes of no goal. If we get a goal now, probably another team will seek an equalizer.
Yeah, it's possible. It's quite possible. But now Yadah, we are attacking, but that was easily taken away. And again, the pass from Dynamos was so poor. And I can see Rosa Ngwenya struggling to run. Quatizo blocks it. And it looks like Denver Mkamba is now being stripped. And the crowd has come alive. That's Denver Mundikumbuke Mkamba. If I remember correctly, he was the soccer star in 2012, was it? Free kick to Dynamos after Quatizo was hauled down. This will be a free kick. The Steely left back. Brought down there by Chikumba. The tough tackler.
Yeah, that was
a shoulder charge that threw him to the ground. He made no effort to win the ball at all. Just concentrated on the man. And still the band sings. Non-stop. They were happy last weekend when they managed to pick all 3 points. There's Denver Mkamba, Amza Kimbo, ready to take part in this match here. But I think Kelvin Kind will have to wait for news on the fitness of Quatizo. He wants to know how serious it is so that the substitution can be adjusted.
Yeah,
a committee of 4 discussing the substitution. And Ross Ngwenya, who was struggling, he must have a muscle problem. He's being replaced now by Denver Mkamba. Mkamba has got the pass, he has got the skill, he has got a goal in him. Confirmation of that substitution, do you think is going to change the situation for Dimbare?
Yeah, maybe, because Denver is one player who ignites the atmosphere. You know, he lights up the crowd. He's got that pass, he's got that intelligence. But we wait to see if that is going to be telling this afternoon. But looking maybe perhaps a bit overweight. I'm not sure in terms of his match fitness. Is he still full of the running, or he will still play, you know, decisive passes from wherever he's stationed?
Let's wait and find out. Mtasa. It's another one who's playing a laid-back game. Ball played into touch, and according to the referee, it's a Yadah throw. Much to the chagrin of the Dimbare players. And I'm sure the referee has stopped play. I thought Ngwenya had been pulled out, but there he is, back in the game. Poor pass back to the goalkeeper, Timon Mbula.
Yeah, I think Ross Ngwenya was walking off the pitch because of receiving medical attention. You know, the guidance, the regulation which says if you receive medical attention on the pitch, you must walk off the pitch and be ushered in when play resumes. I think that's the reason. Yeah, not necessarily the substitution.
Yes, and Dynamos have got some movements on the bench. Leroy Mavunga is being sacrificed. Denver Mkamba comes on. And tomorrow at Mandawa Stadium, Kwekwe versus Triangle. And as we said earlier, the winner of this match will play Simba Bora at Wazanai Stadium in Shamva. Mutasa is being hauled off. And in comes just number 17, Frank Agemang. The Ghanaian takes his place. Let's see if the Ghanaian still has the firepower. And as we said, that Kwekwen Triangle, the winner, will play Ngezi Platinum. Those are tall orders for the two teams at Baobab Stadium. That match, of course, will take place on Sunday at the Baobab Stadium. Yes, Shadrach Nyawa. The Dynamos now are trying to establish a playing formula. Quatizo on the near side tries to beat his marker. He's lucky. Gets the second bite of the cherry, plays the ball forward, but this one again overcooked, and it goes out for a goal kick. Takandesa Jongwe now threatening to spend the entire match on the touchline, bellowing instructions. That's a poor touch by Daka as the ball goes out of play for a throw in, which Dynamos will take. Here is their captain, Timbare Chingwara. Ross Ngwenya. Mandife along across the field to find Magwaza. Now Magwaza checks his run, clips the ball through the center. Kasondo challenging for possession. Desperate clearance by Daka, playing the ball into touch. Time still there, Mr. Kayendu. 1 hour play, 30 minutes to go. He knows how important it is for Dynamos to win. Agyemang now in possession. Slips past two players. Ball comes in, nobody home, but clears the way by Yadah. Rusike tightly monitored by Magwaza. Keeps the ball in play. Here's a chance for them, but first to arrive is the Dynamos defender. Throw in is taken away now. Slips through. Agyemang is chasing and chasing. Will he keep the ball in play? He does. Brings in a good looking cross into the center. Allows it to bounce. A good touch by Denver Mkamba. Another good looking cross into the area. Nobody home. And it goes out of play. That was a golden opportunity that even Bernard Mario thought that if they had made contact, surely a goal would have come.
Agyemang missing that
yes.
opportunity on the blind side. A good cross from Abel Guatizo, an inviting cross, and Agyemang coming on the blind side. I think he took his eyes off the ball. That's why he didn't have a good connection with the ball. Had he found a good connection with the ball, sending it back towards goal, it would have been problems for goalkeeper Timon Mvula, who had actually left his goal line area, and it would have been a tap-in into an empty goal. Yeah, but Agyemang failing to introduce himself in the game.
Exactly. It could have been a wonderful introduction by the Ghanaian. Rusike does well to find support on the far side. Yadah now threatening to go forward. Good dummy. The shot will come straight to the goalkeeper. That's a Prince Tafremutsa. Now Magwatizo is being sent through. The return pass comes. Jimbare with Chingwara inside the area. Good save by the goalkeeper. That was a brilliant effort. And the goalkeeper came up with a brilliant save. Timon Mvula.
Yeah, and he picks up an injury.
He has picked up an injury.
That's taking one for your team.
Yes, indeed.
That
was Denver Mkamba.
It was on target.
On target, and the goalkeeper had to do so well.
Yes, I think the follow through there, that's what injured the goalkeeper. It's not really the save or the dive that he took. Denver Mkamba introducing himself in the game there with an attempted goal, a shot on target, and Timon Mvula equal to the task.
Yes, indeed, and you can see that there is a slight difference in the footballing brain of these players. How Denver Mkamba found space. Yes. In the box, it's telling.
Yes.
So Yadah must watch him very closely.
He's been in the trenches at Denver Mkamba. He knows it all. He has seen it all. Look at how much space he created for himself. He ventured in the box there, and he let loose a shot off his right boot before Kasondo coming in for the follow through there. His knee, I think
fell on him and injured the player.
Yes.
And we hope that he'll be able to continue in this match here, because I know that Takaenda Sajongwe would like to make some tactical substitutions, not injury-inspired ones. His goalkeeper Timon Mvula is injured, and God knows Gurure prepares to come on just in case. But it looks like he'll be able to continue, Timon Mvula. Another player set to come on for Yadah, jersey number 7, Vincent Sango, a winger. So Takaenda Sajongwe wants to reinforce the attack so that he gets a goal that could take him to Shamba to face Simba Bora. So jersey number 17 calls it a day, and in comes that's Francis Mustafa and Vincent Sango comes in. Vincent Sango, if he takes up his preordained position, we should see him on the wing. Mustafa was operating in midfield. There is Takaenda Sajongwe congratulating his player. Timon Mvula with a long effort. Picked up by Yadah. Comes across. Sango now with his first touch of the ball. Guides it backwards. Chaneka. Another long one. Jalai. Cushioning it for Kasondo. It's Agemang. Jalai fails to fasten onto the pass, and the ref has given him the benefit of doubt.
Yeah, I think Tafadzwa Rusuke ghosted in on Jalai there from the blind side, and Jalai didn't expect a contact or touch from anyone coming from behind. Yeah, well, it was a foul to Jalai there, but Rusuke tried to sneak in on Jalai.
Here's Rosengwenya. That was poor decision by Rosengwenya. Now it's taken away. Mandivei. It's guided backwards by Denver Mkamba. Magwaza with a long searching effort. Chested down. Mkamba tightly monitored. And throwing.
Did you see that good ball control from Coach Takaenda Sajongwe?
He's been in the trenches. It tells you that he knows all about it. Even this man here played for the KK11, the Zambian national team. But now Dynamos in possession in this box. Chingwara. Here comes a chance with Magwaza to cross. Not a very good cross. Easily taken away. Sango brings it down. And Yadah can clear the danger. Still not quite cleared. Chingwara seems to be a useful sort. Playing first time passes. This is Kasondo now. That's a poor effort. And Yadah can clear their lines. But Dynamos are standing firm. Yawa. Ball on the ground now to Chingwara. Agemang on the far side. And he's caught offside. That was a sweeping move by Dimbare. For the first time we're complaining about, them failing to stick 3 passes. Those coaches must be saying to us, you should have waited a little bit to get the best out of this team here.
That's encouraging.
Yeah, when a team plays well, when they stitch a number of passes, it makes the game watchable.
Yes, and we need to call it out when they do.
We have to call it out.
Due, and then we point out our concerns even as we go.
Because at one stage I nearly, called it a game which symbolizes us watching grass grow. It was so boring in the first 45 minutes. But maybe everyone now is looking at the clock and thinking, if I don't do something here, I'll be out of the match. Sango now, fighting for possession, wins it. But then tightly monitor the clearance for Dimbare. Still goalless to those of you joining us. And our analysis team, fronted by Charles Mabika, William Tingwa, and Justice Majavi. Batizo clears the danger and is guided backwards. Chitauro brings in his old goalkeeper. Sure, he's allowing some of the players to move back into their positions. This one is neatly taken down now. Sango teasing the Dimbare players. Sango trying to find his way around Gwatizo. He wins a corner. I think Takandesa Jongwe read the situation very well, that they need crosses to come from the wing. So he brought in a winger, took out a midfielder. And for a team that was playing 3-5-2, he can easily make the adjustments. Here's Daka to take care of the situation. Terence Daka, responsible for all set pieces. Dafre Musa must watch this one very carefully. 21 minutes left of play. Oh, this one skied by Yadah. That was a poor effort indeed. The chance looked good, and I can see Babagari expressing his disappointment there to say, we failed to take advantage of a glorious opportunity. Once again, Jimbare picking up possession with Denver Mkamba, who falls under challenge. Agemang in the center. Here he comes in, but then there is no one on the same page with him as the ball is cleared. Why on earth did Guatido do that?
I wonder.
I don't understand it.
He was all by himself. He had recovered the ball and picked up possession for Dynamos. And then he blasted the ball out like that. I don't know why he rushed that play.
Yes, Jalai. That was a poor pass by Jalai. This one now, Agemang beginning to harass the defender. He has won it. Ball played through Kasondo. And offside again, according to the far side assistant referee. He's not a popular man from the stands, housing the Dynamos fans. They are not happy with the decision, but look, he has to do his job.
Yeah, they're expressing their opinion there,
Yes.
visibly for that matter, and vocally. They're not happy.
Nadolo brings it down neatly. Nyawa is doing a good job. He falls under challenge. Zangai bringing him down so Guatizo can take the free kick. Short pass. And again, it's easily given away. Magwaza to Mandive. Nyawa, who plays it forward. Nobody home. And it goes straight to the goalkeeper. Time on Mvula. Janeka. Vareta, but again, this one taken down neatly. Yadah. And Jala is penalized for bringing down Rusike. The big center striker had managed to beat the Dynamos diminutive defender. And in the end, it's a free kick to Yadah.
And Rusuke himself, a man who has seen duty in football. You know, he has played for many teams locally, Zimbabwe Saints, Wange, and even had a stint in South Africa. So then he bounced back to Yadah. Yep. Someone who's seen it all.
Indeed, he's been around, done this and that. He's no newcomer to top level football. Now here's a chance for Yadah. Looks like it's going to be a belter. Can they break the deadlock? The Miracle Boys. Here it comes. Wonderfully taken free kick. The goalkeeper struggling to keep it under control. And Tafire Musa finally saves it. That was a glorious opportunity once again for the Miracle Boys. And notes are being taken on how we have done it. Kasondo still fighting. Goes down. The referee says play on. That's a good call by the match official, Israel Nevera. King Nadolo. But again stopped in his tracks. Agemang. He's got the skills. Does well, but again, possession given away. Mandivei muscling his way through. Turns away from his marker. Now he's picked up by Rosngwenya. Nearly gave it away. He's lucky. Magwaza to the near side. Gwatizo will pick it up now. Here it comes, and Denver Mukanga, nobody help. King Nadolo losing it. And this one goes out of play. Clearly King Nadolo is looking tired. He was flat on his heels when that ball was played. Chingwara. Jalai. Kasondo. Jalai. Opening up his afterburners, but it was well read by the Yadah defense. That will be a terrible situation if this one goes in. Rusike lays it through, but poor touch. Oh dear. Yadah coming very close, and Takainde is understandably livid about it.
I'm sure he's asking himself, what should I do? What do you expect me to do? A chance crafted out of nothing there, out of a mistake that was done by Dynamos defenders. Mistiming the flight of the ball and giving away position to Evans Musike, who sent in a center which was not really dealt with justifiably.
Unfortunately there, Yadah failing to take advantage of a golden situation. The whistle has gone. And it's a free kick to Dynamos. If they've been practicing set piece situations in training, these are very good looking situations. Gwatizo plays it through. They all went for the same ball, and this one has gone out of play. Yadah throw with Kasondo contesting. Kelvin Kayendo now operating on the touchline. He knows that this is a one-off match. We have to get a result today. If it ends as a stalemate, we will go straight to penalties. They're out of your picture. Yadah would like to make a double substitution. Takaendesa certainly going for Brock. Trying to win this one. Can he do it? That is the big question. Ball played through. Again, Jalai trying to control it. I think it was the wrong decision. That ball should have been cleared first time. There's no way he could have controlled it with someone on his back. Here he comes up once again, trying to do the same trick, turning backwards. His move was red, and it's going to be a throw in. Gwenya finding Nyawa. The goalkeeper is called into action. Plays it in on the near side. He didn't have much control there. And it goes out. for a Yadah throw. Maguranyanga set to take the throw.
Have you noticed something, Stanley, on the graphics that have been placed on the technical area for the Tingoni Stadium, the home of Moors? They've actually put pictures of their players. Yeah, which is something good, I think, in terms of branding the stadium. You know, you're actually making it known. Yadah, they're bringing in Mlilo, Donald
Yes.
Mlilo, as well as Ryan Ngube.
Yeah, Donald Mlilo and Ryan Ngube about to take their place in the Yadah outfit. Takaindesa Jongwe wants to break the deadlock here. He means business. Rusike
He's calling it a day.
calls it a day. Ryan Ngube comes on. Rusike was at one stage a regular feature in the Zimbabwe national team,
Yes.
playing for Supersport at that time.
Yes.
And he has since come back home to try his luck with local sides. He's still planting him as the throw is taken. Denver Mkamba makes sure it's away. Here's Ngwenya once again. Chingwara takes it up. Mandive, oh dear. What is happening with this player? Some of the mistakes that they make.
Elementary.
So elementary. They rush to make a decision, and Mandive, a usually very quiet player, not happy with that call, and I don't think Nevera got it right. Let's take a second look at it. Might have been an off-the-ball situation. But now Chaneka, innocent, spots it carefully, ready to dispatch a free kick. They took one a few minutes ago that bothered Prince Tafire Mutsa. It went straight at him, but it had so much power that he couldn't handle it. Still goalless. 10 minutes to the end. Another effort. Gain taken by the goalkeeper, but that one was trickier.
Yeah, but I'm worried, Stanley. That range, would you want to take your chance hoping to beat Prince Tafire Mutsa, who's been otherwise very impressive and possibly, arguably, one of the best goalkeepers in the league this season? And taking your chance from that range, hoping to beat him with a direct free kick? I wonder. Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe it's confidence.
Yeah,
when the player believing in himself.
Maybe he had confidence. Of
But
course,
show some respect.
he took a very powerful shot.
Earlier,
The
yes.
goalkeeper, of course, clearly showed that he was worried. But
I think the
beat
range,
him.
yeah, from that range, I
yeah,
think it's
the
asking
odds,
too much.
the odds were very long.
Yeah, I agree.
So here's a free kick in a promising position for Dimbare. But the big question is, do they have hard hitters? Guatizo crosses the ball, but then I haven't seen him play measured crosses. Maybe Denver Mkamba will be a better option.
Yeah, it's one place where
Let's see how he will do it.
you know.
But of course, you know that he's been out of action for a very long time. In comes another Ghanaian, replacing Ross Ngwenya. Hammond comes on. Felix Hammond for Ross Ngwenya, who was playing with an injury. So that substitution could be injury inspired.
This is where the technique aspect we're asking for here. Will a left boot killer or an in-swinger for that matter, or an out-swinger?
Yeah, they're managing to clear the ball, and finally it's played into touch. The Dynamos team warming up their goalkeeper. 7 minutes to go. What would that change mean? It means maybe they believe in the substitute goalkeeper being better when it comes to penalties.
Yeah, that could inform the kind of substitution. When you see a goalkeeper being prepared to come in a cup match where it's looking poised to go for penalty kicks, yeah, that could be an indicator that the goalkeeper on the bench is a better penalty saver.
Yeah, I remember Holland, I don't remember quite correctly the tournament. They brought in a goalkeeper specifically for the penalties, and he certainly did the job. And, the Dynamo strikers are being easily caught offside. Yadah defense holding on, as you can see. Rozier indicating to his players that please stay in line. Nadolo. That's a hashed clearance. Goes straight out of play. No control whatsoever.
One thing that I've also noticed that the teams seem to be like trying to penetrate through the central channel, and yet if you look at the wings, there will be better options. Oh,
here's a shot. The goalkeeper spilling it.
Yeah, when you look at wing play, possibly giving us better options, and the team's not taking that up. And maybe even utilizing your set pieces that probably would unlock your opponents and create goals for yourselves. Yeah. So maybe something the technical team will want to look into.
Yeah, definitely they have to look into that, because this match lacked invention from start to finish. We're only 5 minutes away from the 90. And after that, we'll go straight into penalties. Mchaneka to Daka. Headed away by Magwaza of Dimbare. Mchaneka taking time on the ball. Vareta. Mchaneka once again. Here it comes to Maguranyanga. Sango tries a flick, but fails. Magwaza trying to win a throw-in off the Yadah player. That's the other bench.
Yeah, I was talking about the graphics that have been pasted on the technical bench shed. You know, bottom right picture. See, the graphics, those are pictures of Mo's players. So Mo's are branding the stadium, branding the facility, and taking full ownership of the facility. You know, I think it's also good for the graphics and the images that we see at Ngoni Stadium.
Yes, sir, that's the way to go. Tafremuta is down. He's holding the back of his knee.
Yes, you don't want to see that going into penalty kicks. Or maybe it's trying to motivate the substitution, making us believe that it's an injury-inspired substitution, and yet it's actually the case.
Yeah, I'm sure they talked about this.
Is Prince really injured?
Yeah, with 3 or 4 minutes to go, Tatenda Makoni will join the fray. Prince Tafiremutsa, you have to leave the field at the nearest point of exit, and he has done just that. So he calls it a day. He's done a good job, of course, keeping a clean sheet thus far. But can Makoni do the same thing? That is the big question.
So Tawanda Makoni is coming in to face the penalty shootout, not necessarily to play the game, as it were.
Yes.
So Tawanda Makoni coming in for Dynamos in place of impressive Prince Tafiremutsa. We must mention that Prince hasn't been disappointing. He's actually put in a good shift, and maybe I think this is just a tactical substitution going into the penalty kick.
And already the penalty takers are being listed. I'm sure they discussed it and they all know about this. Nadolo thwarted there by Chingwara. I must say Chingwara came in and, controlled the midfield. He's not losing possession. He's passing early enough. and effectively nullifying Nadolo's threat. Maguranyango is a long throw. And the goalkeeper, Makoni, with his first touch, throws it long to Agemang, the Ghanaian, trying to get past. Did he keep the ball in play? No, he didn't. Yeah, but this player can harass the life out of a defender with his pace.
Yeah, he's very.
My goodness me. Takaendesa Jongwe on his feet, telling the players on what to do with Agemang. Here's a chance now for Yadah. This is looking good, but nobody in the center. Yes, the shot is taken. It's a poor one. Surely he had two players, one of them on the wide side. Sango should have done a lot better by crossing the ball. But he went for glory, which wasn't forthcoming. Yes, discussions on who takes the penalty continue with the Yadah team. The Ghanaian Felix. The chance now, could we see the winner here? Brilliant save by Tatenda Makoni. My word. I haven't seen Chekandesa Jongwe so furious. He's usually a very composed man. Dynamos, for some reason, deciding to go gallivanting, failing to cut it out, but the goalkeeper has done extremely well.
Look at the technique that we're talking about. You see, at this stage, that's when you want to tape it across the face of goal, as opposed to poking it. You try to poke it through the legs of Tawanda Makoni. He tried a toe poke. For me, I would have expected him to just tap it in across the face of goal, and meaning that the sprawling Tawanda Makoni will not get access to that ball, have no contact. 2 minutes additional minutes.
Let's see. Well, Yadah are emulating Dynamos, are they? They would like to make a substitution. Or is it Dimbare trying to make that substitution? No, they only have one goalkeeper. Fernando is set to come on. Marvelous Fernando. As we take a look at the incident once again, the goalkeeper did very well.
Lift it. Yeah, even a chip
would have done the job.
Yes.
But I could see that he wasn't in full control of the ball at all.
That could be a factor, yes. He was still in his stride. But he had created the chance himself. He done very well to run into space, latch onto that ball. And the decision-making aspect that we complained of, we cried about, Stanley, to say when we are in those decisive areas, you would expect a striker to put away these kinds of chances. But this was definitely decisive.
Timon Bula of Yadah calls it a day. And in comes God knows Gurure. Specifically for the penalties, because if we don't get a goal now, we will be going straight into penalties. And Takandesa Jongwe knows that Gurure is a better penalty stopper, so the same goes for Dimbare. They brought in their reserve goalkeeper Tatenda Makoni. Mvula has done his job. A clean sheet. In comes Gurure. And Fernando comes on. This again is being done with an eye on the penalty shootout. The winner, remember, of this match will play Simba Bora on Saturday. The other match, Kwekwe versus Triangle at Mandawa Stadium. The winner will have to go back to Mandawa Stadium, to Ngezi Stadium rather, to play to Baobab Stadium to play Ngezi. Whoever wins between Triangle and Kwekwe United. These are preliminary matches. The corner kick is taken. Dynamos managed to clear. And that one runs into touch on the far side. And the referee has blown to end the match here at Ngoni Stadium. 0-0 it ended. There were chances created by both sides, but unfortunately they lacked composure in front of goal, and at times, especially Dembare, they thank their goalkeeper for coming up with those brilliant saves to leave the scoreline at 0-0. The penalty shootout will follow, but first, your thoughts, Joseph, on the 90.
Yeah, I think we saw a better second half compared to the first half. The two teams came out from the halftime break trying to get a winner, trying to break the deadlock. We saw even Dynamos creating more telling chances of their own, and Yadah maintained the same form that they had in the first half of trying to force goals, but the goals didn't come. We saw both teams trying to force their way through the central channels where one would have expected maybe wing play and set pieces were going to unlock goals for us, but all that went for naught, and now we are headed for penalty kicks. The dreaded penalty kicks. Who wants it more will definitely get it.
Yes, indeed. Who wants it more will definitely get it. But let's get to hear our analysis team on what they think of the 90. Because, Justice Majavi and William Tingwa have always been doing this. And I would like to see if their views are the same as ours. Because definitely this match here did not live to expectations. It was a bit slow, played at a pedestrian pace. The first half in particular was an ISO. But the second half, I think both teams were now looking at the clock and say, look, let's try and break the deadlock. Yadah nearly did it, but they failed to beat the Dembare goalkeepers. Firstly, Tafire Mutsa and then Tatenda Makoni, who came specifically for the penalties. And let's see if they can, because you can see that the Dynamos goalkeeper continues to receive treatment so that, he gets to try and save these penalties without any pain. And the band must be commended for singing throughout the match. They created a carnival atmosphere, and hopefully luck will be on their side as we wait for our team to give us some analysis of the 90 minutes. It's over to you, Charles.
Right, 90 minutes gone, 0-0. So both these guys got it wrong. Remember, Chief Justice had said 1-1, then penalties. You got it wrong. Sorry, Chief Justice.
Obviously, but I was so close. You could see the chances. Maybe they could have scored one. Dynamos and the Yadah also got some few chances, especially the long-range shots. In some cases, without a good goalkeeper, it can go in.
That's right.
Yeah, sure.
So did you see Yadah and Dynamos making a change, both goalkeepers? Tatenda Makoni coming in for Prince Tafire Mutsa, and for Yadah as well, God knows Gurure coming in for Timon Mvula. Because those two are specialist penalty savers. So let's see what will happen. Ginola also had it wrong. He said both teams would score, but I'm not going to rub it in. Ginola, very interesting substitutions. Tatenda Makoni and God knows Gurure.
Yeah, I think that we have seen worldwide. That's the tactic which is now being used by the by coaches, that they will bring in their best penalty stop shot. Remember, this is from kickoff. This is about 11 meters from goal, so it needs somebody who is very agile in goals, who can save those penalties. It's now a lottery. One who studies players, opposition players, to see that this player is a right footer, this one is a left footer, is likely to go which side. It's a matter of guesswork from there, and your agility, your flexibility and the reflexes will carry the day for the team. So being a lottery is anyone's day. A better dog will go away with the victory today. So we wish both of them the best of luck. I'm not.
What do you think will prevail?
Traditionally in history will tell me Dynamos will prevail. Yes.
I'm not even going to ask him who he thinks will prevail. You know what he's going to say, so I won't ask him. And maybe what I'll ask him is, who do you think might take the penalties for Dembare?
Obviously, Guatidzo would do. Kasondo, I think he can. And also maybe Chungwara. I would also want to give the goalkeeper, because goalkeepers are also good penalty takers. Okay. Yeah, and maybe the fifth one they can give Magwasa, something like that. But Ijala is also a good penalty taker.
Okay. So it's not left for the penalty shootout. And that one, I know, when the Warriors are playing, I don't want them to be involved in a penalty shootout because it gives me the creeps. So it's 5 penalty kicks each. That is if they score all 5. And then if they score all 5, it becomes a sudden death. So they take one, you take one. If you miss one, that's it. So brace yourselves because we are now heading into the dreaded penalty shootout. We'll be talking to you when we know who the winner is. It's Yadah taking on Dynamos. It's now the penalty shootout. So we'll cross back to DJ Stanley Katsande and Joseph Nkani.
Welcome. Yes, it is the dreaded penalty shootout. Dynamos versus Yadah. They both made some critical substitutions. They all changed their goalkeepers. And the referee there, as you see in your pictures, explaining the nitty-gritties of how you conduct yourself when a penalty is being taken. You stay, as a goalkeeper, you stay on your line. And it looks like Dynamos are taking theirs first. The captain.
And Stanley, this is not the first time this script is unfolding. Last year, in October, the two teams met in the Chibuku Super Cup at Rufaro Stadium. It ended 1-1 full time. And the game went to penalty kicks where Dynamos prevailed by 5-3 in the quarterfinal. That's how they won this cup last season. So this script is actually part 2.
Yes.
Dynamos maintain their hold on over Yadah in penalty kicks. We wait to see as Jalai takes the first kick.
Let's wait and find out. Emmanuel Jalai with the first penalty. It's a penalty shootout here at Ngoni Stadium. We couldn't find a winner. Here comes Jalai. Easily beating the goalkeeper, sending him the wrong way to make it Dynamos 1-0. And he goes across to give confidence to Tatenda Makoni, the Dynamos goalkeeper, who is now going to face an opponent. As we take a second look at the penalty. Captain giving confidence to the team.
Jalai will always bury them. I think I've seen a number of penalty kicks that he has taken for Dynamos and he's put them away.
Here is Yadah now. They're taking their penalty. Easily beating the goalkeeper, sending him the wrong way as well.
That's Mchaneka. That was innocent.
Yes, Mchaneka. Vincent. Beating Tatenda Makoni. Not only that, but sending him the wrong way. 1-1. As we see the replay of that penalty. Both goalkeepers send the wrong way. Now it's going to be Jairus Kasondo. Who was never given a look in at the goalkeeper. Again, he sent him the wrong way. Jairus Kasondo goes across to get an embrace from Tatenda Makoni, the goalkeeper. There is Gurure, the other goalminder, being sent the wrong way. 2-1, Dynamos in the lead from the penalty spot. Yadah with
That's Zingai.
Zangai.
Yeah, Aaron.
Yes, Zangai. Into the bottom corner. Well taken penalty, but risky. But he got it right. 2-2 is the situation here. We'll continue taking these penalties until somebody misses.
Someone must go home crying.
Someone must go home crying.
and someone must go home smiling.
We will have a hero today. There will be a villain and a hero. Here's Chingwara for Dimbare. Gurure watches this one very closely. The referee making sure the ball is spotted carefully. Chingwara, here he comes up now. That was close.
He's also pressing his codes.
Dynamos 3. Yadah 2.
Near miss, near save.
That was a near miss. But he got it right. In off the upright. He must have missed a bit with his hat.
Yeah. And now he's back to life and realizing, oh, whoa, the ball is at the back of the net.
Yeah. This is Vareta. Saved by the goalkeeper. Tatenda Makoni.
I think it was very casual.
Justifying why he had to be brought in for the penalties. Vareta didn't conceal his direction.
Yes.
The young Dynamos goal minder.
He even tried to give it elevation. And the height was well read by Dynamos goalkeeper Tawana Makoni.
Well, we said it. Dynamos have since scored all their goals now. Here is Denver Mundikumbuke Mkamba. Is he going to compound Yadah's problems? Or Gurure is going to atone? Yes! Gurure has done it. Denver Mkamba was well read. It's still 3-2 in favor of Dimbare. But
very unfortunate, Denver.
Yes, well done to Gurure.
Yeah, good save.
By bringing back his team into the game. Justifying as well. They have to score this one. Well taken, my goodness me. Taken with consummate ease. Sending the goalkeeper the wrong way. It's 3-3.
Fernando.
That's when the hearts start to pump harder and harder.
Yeah, it was well taken.
Well taken penalty.
Emphatic. Even if the goalkeeper had gone in that direction, maybe it would have been an argument over the pace of the ball.
Yes. Dynamos are taking their last one with Guatizo. The left-footed left back. Here he comes now, Guatizo. Into the roof of the net to make it safe for the moment for Dynamos. 4-3 is the scoreline.
Good technique. Yeah. Very assured. He picked the spot, top left corner.
Yes.
Send the ball there. No keeper can save that.
He put it into a very difficult zone for goalkeepers. Vincent Sango comes on. He's a crafty player. And he's not going very far. Over the bar! My goodness, and Dynamos have won it! Dynamos have won it! Vincent Sango taking an unorthodox penalty, and suddenly the coach is furious. Takandesa Jongwe cannot believe it. Look at that. Scooping it over the bar. Dynamos are through.
Dynamos are through. And why do you want to go fancy? Why do you want to be flamboyant? Just keep the basics right. Make sure. Sango gives Dynamos the passage to meet Simba Bora on Saturday at Shamva Stadium.
Oh yes, Dynamos. They were singing last week. They are singing again this week. It looks like the good times are slowly coming back. And to make it even better, the owner was here today, Bernard Marriott. So it's Dynamos winning by 4-3. And that was the story told from Ngoni Stadium in the Chibuku Super Cup preliminary round. Dynamos beating Yadah by 4-3. Thanks very much for watching. It's been Stanley Katande and the crew behind the scenes, Joseph Nkani and Stuart Shoriwa. Thanks very much for being with us. Join us again on Saturday.
Bora.